My name is Riansh. Right now, standing here, there's a word stuck in my throat. It's been there since I was 3 years old. The sound you just heard, that was not hesitation. That was the sound of my childhood. Something interesting just happened right now. Some of you felt uncomfortable. Some of you felt sympathy. Some of you just looked away. That is exactly how the world reacted to me when I was 3 years old. You see, life has a funny way of answering prayers. I asked for strength, and God gave me difficulties to make me strong. I asked for wisdom, and God gave me problems to solve. I asked for courage, and God gave me dangers to overcome. I asked for fluency, and God gave me stammering. I received nothing I wanted. I received everything I needed. Today, I want to talk about my Kurukshetra in a turbulent world, where Kurukshetra is a place where the real battle happens. Not outside us, but inside. Let me take you inside a world where 70 million people live in. A world where your mind runs at 100 kilometers per hour, but your mouth, it is stuck in the first gear. My mind was a Ferrari, but my speech was a bicycle with a broken chain. I was 3 years old, just 3, when the gap between those two speeds began to widen. At first, no one noticed, no one cared. But soon, the simple act of existing became a complex negotiation. I remember being thirsty. Just a simple human need, right? Nothing special about it. But I could not say the word water. I could not say pani. The words would hit a wall in my throat, refusing to cross the border of my lips. So I learned to act. I would stand in the kitchen, making a sound, and gesturing with my hand near my mouth, pretending to drink. And you know what? Instead of patience, I often received irritation. Why are you acting? Use your words. Don't do that. Speak properly. I craved a listener, but I only found critics. While others would speak in smooth sentences, mine came out in broken ones, like a glass hitting a concrete wall. If home was difficult, the outside world was terrifying. Family gatherings would feel like performances I was expected to fail. Birthday parties turned into interrogations. I vaguely remember the whispers of my relatives, loud enough for me to hear. Why is so quiet? Why doesn't he speak properly? Have you taken him to a doctor? You should try therapy. Everyone had advice, but no one had understanding. Every sentence felt like a test. I was not afraid of stammering. I was afraid of being seen while stammering. Then came school. Research shows that about 1% of the world stammers. That's a lot. But stats don't tell you about the pain of a classroom show and tell. The task was simple. Bring one object, speak 5 words. Just 5 words. I stood up. I held my object. I opened my mouth to speak. Not a single word came out. My mind was racing, but my mouth stuck. The silence stretched on. 1 second, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And then the giggle started. And then came the sentence that cut deeper than any other knife. Sit down. You're too slow. We cannot wait for you. In that moment, I realized something terrifying. That silence is safer than humiliation. So I stopped speaking. I learned how to disappear without even leaving my chair. That was my Kurukshetra, a battlefield. But then my mother did something simple yet revolutionary. She saw the battle I was losing, and she did not say that relax or calm down. Instead, she handed me a journal and a pen and said, if you can't speak it, then write it. That night, my journey changed. For the first time ever, my thoughts did not fracture. On paper, I was fluent. On paper, I was fearless. Writing became my refuge, but the world was still a battlefield. Then the lockdown arrived in 2020. Locked within 4 walls, I wrote my first book, Discover the Arjuna Within You. I was not just writing mythology, I was writing survival. I poured all my chaos, all my sufferings, all my silence into the ink. Then the world reopened. I walked back to school, carrying not only just the weight of years of silence, but also the strength of my writing. This is where the story shifts. While others offered criticism, my school offered me a playground, a training ground for my voice. I auditioned to be the host of the PYP exhibition. The old me would have hidden, but the new me stood up. Whenever I stumbled, my school did not pull me off stage. Instead, they let me continue. And you know what? I was selected. I hosted the PYP exhibition. For the first time ever, I did not just speak, I was heard. My story could have ended there. A boy who found his voice, a happy ending. But I could not forget that feeling of that classroom. I could not forget that boy who was once told that you're too slow. I realized there are millions of children who are facing their own emotional turbulence. Maybe it's not stammering. Maybe it's a lack of confidence. Maybe it's the fear of the future. Or maybe they just need someone to say that I will wait for you. This is why I created my own NGO, the Open Door Foundation. It is not just an NGO. It is a response to my younger self. It is a sanctuary where we teach digital literacy, financial literacy, public speaking. Yes, but those are just the tools. The main aim of Open Door is emotional safety. We are building a space where fast is not the goal. Authentic is, where a child's turbulence is not criticized, but instead channelized into power. I want to build the classroom I never had. My stammer did not disappear. I still stammer. I silenced it. And if there is one thing I want you to remember today, it is this: that your struggle is not a disqualification. It is your training ground. Your Kurukshetra is not here to break you. It is here to build you. So let your mind run at 100 kilometers per hour. And if your voice needs time to catch up, then let it. Because the bravest thing you can do is to let the world hear you exactly as you are. Thank you.